It's the Cable
Little Archon action here. The last deck was really missing Ice Tail Explorer. I'm a little salty though, I'm certainly not going to run it back. Let's Archon it up. Archon's a satisfying creature to get into play. Ooh, hello. Let's grab ourselves a little Tameo action here. Ooh, Entomb. We just getting a fucking Legacy deck here? Is that what's going on? That's spicy AF. Spicy is the wrong word. Exciting. Exciting AF. Yeah, exciting AF as fuck. Entomb, basically a better Demonic Tutor and Reanimator, and Demonic Tutor and Reanimator gets to find the Entomb. We're just gonna have a very consistent deck here. Right now, we're just like looking for reanimation effects, fast mana like Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual could let us just like turn one the Archon, that sort of thing. There's a couple of other premium reanimation targets I wouldn't mind as backup. You do need less when you have the Entomb. So if you're relying on filter effects, if you're relying on naturally drawing a fatty and then filtering it into the graveyard and then reanimating it, you're like basically a 3-card combo. You probably want like 5-6 reanimation effects just for consistency's sake. But if you have an Entomb and a bunch of tutors for the Entomb, then you're just like always gonna have a creature in the graveyard. You can get away with as little as like 2 reanimation targets and still have a nice consistent reanimator deck. Bitter Triumph. Just a little discard outlet. There's a Shelldock Isle here, too. The question in your Reanimator deck is, like, is the game going to last long enough to get into Shelldock? It is a nice discard outlet. How's everybody's Monday going? I just poured myself a nice, cold, refreshing glass of gin. And that's doing some wonders for my mood. Which version of the Spider-Man cards is Moto getting? The legally not distinct ones. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabsy Seam. I almost have everything 100% unlocked in that game, which means I've played it way too much. It's a fun one though. I started playing what's the fucking name? Hanging Pack, thanks for the sob, the 13 months, lucky number 13. Good shit. Excellent shit. I started playing Star Realms. I'd played a lot of Hero Realms. And Star Realms is like the same game, but sci-fi, essentially. But I'd kind of exhausted Hero Realms, so I was like, okay, well, let's figure out this other game. That's been kind of fun. They did a Kickstarter recently, and they had an option to be like, to just like buy the game in all of its like future releases and everything. And I was like, yeah, I'll just click that button. I put so many hours into Hero Realms. I was like, no way I don't get my value out of this. Maybe a Oliphant, huh? Oliphant can self-bin, which can be really good for Reanimator decks. We're not like married to blue yet. Obviously, I would love to play the Tameo and the Shelldock Isle, but we don't have to. If blue isn't there, it's just not there, huh? We'll see. And I also ordered the Kickstarter of the 15th anniversary of Ascension. I was like, well, that's probably going to be a nice little trip down memory lane. Used to play a lot of that game, mostly the base game with a few. Well, there's a tar pit. It's wild for me to see Ice Till and Bill going around. That green deck's so good. Yeah, really not high on Wishclaw and Reanimator. Let's just take the Blackleaf Cliffs, just in case. You like Star Realms a bit more than Hero Realms. The digital gameplay so far has been a bit better in Hero Realms. It feels like they... Hey, Atali. I'll draft that. It seems like they like learned a few things about the UI. Was like a couple quality of life improvements, and it's easier to like read everything in Hero Realms. Was my experience, but again, that's all like client based, right? It's not really talking about like the mechanics and stuff. It seems like Star Realms has a wider player base, like huge tournaments held at Gen Con every year, that sort of thing. It'd be kind of cool to get good at it and go and shark one of their tournaments. So these red cards don't really appeal to me. And considering Knight's Whisperer pretty whatever, I'm gonna grab Spellseeker here. It's just gonna be like another way to tutor up the Entomb. Interesting. So Frantic Search and Metamorphosis Fanatic both play very well here. We're gonna take the Atraxa over them though. Make sure we get that one. Hey, Reanimate, perfect. In terms of potential wheels, I don't think it's gonna come back, but I really like Currency Converter. Is Atraxa the best Reanimate target from the last 5 years? Depends on the matchup. Archon's really good too. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab that Sewers. We already have some comes to play tapped lands, but that's a pretty premium one for Reanimator specifically. We're pretty good on reanimation targets, Ultra Orc. We might swap out Atali at some point. Ooh, a little Necromancy action. Lorien Revealed's good, Chromonx is good, but we just want the critical mass of good reanimation effects. That's very premium. We're getting such a, what's the word? Such a discount on our cards already, like Atraxa, Archon. Like, we're spending 1 or 3 mana for them. So I don't actually need that much in the way of fast mana. It's just nice. Thinking about that Through the Breach. Thinking about Treasure Cruise. Trying to figure out what the odds are that I actually play red here. I think we'll be okay, just blue-black. Little Imperial Seal. Hopefully the Miracle Reanimator dude comes back, But we play the Seal regardless. Again, you just want to tutor up. The old 1-2 combo here. Besides consistency, having ways of disrupting the opponent, keeping them from playing graveyard hate cards. Oh shit, hey, Ed is now, thanks for the sub, thanks for 98 months. Ed is now says, Sushi Glory Hole, imagine that. Do I have to? Do I have to imagine that? What black discard is in? There's Duress, Thoughtseize, Grief. Grief probably the best card and best one in this deck. Hey, there we go. Yeah, the Frantic Search would be nice, but I think Metamorphosis Fanatic is kind of specific. Actually, maybe we could use more ways of binning. It flips Tameo too. We already passed some of Black's ways of binning, if you've drawn them naturally too. Is one reason I like the Frantic Search. Hey, Rotobagel, thanks to the sub, thanks to 64 months there. The old 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we talked about Metamorphin Seal. If it potentially wheeled. I wasn't expecting to have my pick between the Miracle Dude and Frantic Search. Kind of curious how often some of those cards actually see play. I think they had a good flash deck here. The Water Grave, Life Death would be good. The Void Walker would be good. One of the better things to flash in is Atraxa, and we got that. Flash in the Atraxa, have it find us a hello, a Moxjet. Have it find us a way to reanimate it. This deck just got fucking exciting, huh? I like a Mana Leak as much as the next folk. I'm gonna grab this Exhume, though. Maybe I won't have to play Corpse Dance. Hey, there's the Grief, nice. There's a Fetch, too, which is pretty good, getting under City Sewers. Let's grab the Grief. I want to make sure I get the Grief. If you flash a Tali, can you Tali trigger, hit a reanimation effect for it? You can, yeah. We have not seen Dark Ritual go by yet. We'll Animate Dead, maybe. Woodwar can be a nice answer to opposing Graveyard Hate. Animate Dead's pretty premium, though. Yeah, Animate Dead and Reanimate are just, like, two of the best ways to reanimate this Grief. Troll would be kind of sick. We only need, like, 4 more playables. That's not bad. I'd be very surprised if we saw Thoughtseize this late. Maybe a Dress. The best one for this deck is that Grief, though, so pretty stoked about this pack. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Silent GB. Cheers to 4 years. I'll cheers. I'll fucking cheers. Cheers. Must have re-upped my Moto premium between drafts. I don't know. Weird, like, Moto bug aside, I've been running pretty hot today. Started off with 2 trophies, so... And then a finals loss. That's not bad. It's not a bad little day there. Right, Agni? Yeah, third of the way through. Is Recurring Nightmare the best reanimation effect? Recurring Nightmare is the best reanimation effect for some decks. Not this one. The best one for this one's either Reanimate or Animate Dead. You really just care about efficiency. Recurring Nightmare is the best reanimation effect in a... I'll speak of the devil. The best reanimation effect in a non-reanimator deck. Sometimes reanimator decks have a difficult time actually having enough creatures in play to do Recurring Nightmare loops. Like, for example, in this deck, we've got like a Grief, a Spellseeker, a Tamiya we can sack. There's just not a lot. Sometimes Red-Black Reanimator makes it work with like cards like Blood Tithe Harvester, you know? Little red looter effects. But if you're playing like a mid-range value deck, then Recurring Nightmare is excellent. Because it's infinite value, right? Infinite gas. I'm gonna grab a Toxic Deluge. I'll throw one of those in here. Nice little reset button. Ooh. Yeah, we've been talking about 1 mana discard and how Inquisition could do that. I think what I want, though, is the Ponder. I think I want that consistency card. Ponder's pretty premium. I'm pretty low on Thought Scour, but here with my Treasure Cruise and my reanimation things, maybe it's okay. Plays well with the Brain Surge, too. Just need one more playable, huh? Could just be the Crab, I guess. Hey, the Void Walker and Life Death came back. How are we doing on reanimation effects? Pretty well. 4 is 4 enough? Voidwalker is really good. Nice plan B against a lot of folks. Yes, love that, Mr. Wilhelm. You trophied with a cobbled together pile of oaths and sneaks and stuff. Just ran perfect. That is indeed a good feeling. Oh yeah, Master Mike. I mean, I've played Thought Scour. I've like literally top 8'd a Legacy tournament with Thought Scour in my deck, like a Legacy GP. That list was pretty bad, though. So it'd be like 11 black sources and 5, 9 blue. Let's go down to 8 blue, maybe. Maybe. This is good. This is fine. All right, everybody. What do you think? Trophy or 2-in-1? Four ways isn't enough. We actually have. Actually, I don't know what y'all are counting in terms of ways to get things out of the hand. Because there's the flash. Flash and frantic search are both pretty good at that. Here we can use. Oh shit. I was gonna say Ponder could set up a mill on sewers to bin a nice fatty. Hey, that works too. Yeah, and Tomb's pretty high for me too, in terms of like ways to get things in the bin. Certainly our main tutor target. So this Atali might accidentally flip my Tameo, and then I'll get one less clue because I didn't attack first. But it could also hit like a haster off the opponent's deck, like a Minskin Boo type thing. So I'm just going to do this. Not going to think too hard. Oh, okay. What was I going to hit? Spellseeker. Oh, I guess the Spellseeker would have gotten Flash. That would have been kind of cute. Because that would have set up the Atraxa. Yep. Hank could use a Mox Jet Hum. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Lord Bergie, thanks for the saw, thanks for 58 months. Lord Bergie says, comforted by the thought of knowing I can watch Caleb stream any day of the week. Have a great night, all. Hey, good night, Lord. Thanks for supporting. Yeah, I'm like a comfort streamer, huh? I'm gonna chill on the Grief for a turn. The Dread Horde might flashback Probe and draw a counter spell or something. Doodaloo-doo, doodaloo-doo. Yeah. Now we need the mana to pay for this miscalcum. Yeah, you got it. So I don't think Exhuming Archon is good enough anymore. I'd kill a creature, and then the Oko would make it a 3/3. The Exhume's also going to give him something back. I really want to Atali, but I should probably Atraxa him. Why didn't I take the Spellseeker? Because the Spellseeker insulted me. It's a matter of honor. Oh shit, they're only at 8. Just from like Archon triggers. A couple shocks. Don't need Entomb anymore. Did I already draw a shitload this turn or something? 30 card in a turn. Oh, I brain surged. That's what I did. Well, whatever. Probably should have just played the Shelldock here. Would have hit the Atali too. That would have been kind of cool. I was like, what did I fucking miss? The Frantic Surge could actually untap the Shelldock. Could be sweet. Nothing super amazing to hit left, but... Is this the Fairy Tale song? It is, yeah. I really dug it when I was watching Fairy Tale. I really wanted to like that show, but I ran into the huge wall of filler. I mean, just like... If you're fucking... like, concept for an anime... Well, that's bad for me. It's just a bunch of wizard duels. I'm in. Give me a rockin' soundtrack. I'm a simple person. Fucking give me that. Give me the wizard duel anime, which is nice because there's a lot of those, right? There's like Black Clover and stuff. But I did fall off Fairy Tale. Right, the Winslow. I want like an actual wizard duel. Look at how ripped and athletic those wizards are. That's not a wizard duel anymore. It's starting to become something else. Crotchety old men only. I don't know, some ladies and stuff. Turns into a double striker. I think. Probably should have looked at the cards they found. Doesn't look like much. Haha! And if we'd had another couple of mana here, then you could have played the Necromancy still in the mid-combat, and then it would have fallen off, then you animate dead it. When does it fall off? Next cleanup step. Never mind, that wouldn't have worked. Awesome. GG. That opener needed some black mana. Interesting pile of cards there, huh? How goes the cubing? Very well, can it win? 2 trophies, a 2-1, and then however this deck does. Have I played Drop Dookie? The fuck is this? Looks like an arcades type game. Looks like it's really highly rated on Steam. Geometric puzzle gameplay. Huh. Cool. Looks interesting. We just twisting for one. We are. God, they got the flash too. I was hoping they'd hit the Atali. I wonder if they chill if you don't play the demonic. I mean, if you don't play the demonic, I don't know. Ooh, they're gonna have Teferi mana pretty soon. Hell yeah. Boop 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 ba doop. Boop 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 ba doop. Ba doop boop boop ba doop. I wonder if I should have just frantic searched there, huh? It's like free, so you can still do the tar pit line if you like. I don't want to bait myself into a treasure cruise line that doesn't clear the Teferi, though. Really? Kind of looked like the deck had a lot of answers to a Natali. I think people just really don't like opponents mucking with their cards, huh? Almost makes me want to bring that crab in. Ooh, I just saw my opponent's username. We got a fucking badass here. Sure. Kind of hate to do it, but we do the slow dredge. Any reason to leave Flash in the Art of the Grief? Yeah, Tamiyo can rebuy spells. And I didn't think I was going to be griefing that game. Good question. Not getting strip mined. Ooh. Shit. That's worth Baleful Mastering is the only issue. So I wish I'd done that EO team. Now if they kill the Atali, the Deathrite can exile it, you know? Instead of being graveyard fodder. Actually, I should have left that and then the Sheldock would have an Attrax underneath it. Fuck. That was a terrible shuffle. They're gonna just, like, churn under this, too. Yeah, I gotta have an Attrax under this fucking Sheldock. What was I thinking, A few blunders in a row there, starting with F6ing my opponent's turn. And then when I was deciding the Ponder, I was like, I don't want to keep these expensive tutor effects. My hand's already, like, clunky enough as it is. And then I looked down and saw the Sheldock again, and I was like, alright, fuck. Could've just, like, kept the Imperial Seal, Sheldock the Atraxa, had a beautiful Sheldock activation. They would have strip mined? Yeah, we were just playing around strip mine, that's right. Oh, they wouldn't have had enough blue mana without the Deathrite. I was like, why did they activate Deathrite here? But okie dokie. Yeah, this all plays out better if I had mastered that Deathrite, Alright. A lot of time walks in that deck. Oh shit. Hey Squee, thanks for the sob, the 32 months. You love the variety streams. Excited to see Disco Elysium finish up. I've been thinking about that game for like the past 3 days straight. Had a dream about it last night. What's the estimated playtime for Disco? It really depends on how much like side stuff you do. People have told me that I'm like a little over halfway through, maybe. I think we're on like day 4 or something, or getting close to it. We just set up a crack house. Combination disco resort, crack house, and scientific research lab. All 3 equally important parts working in tandem. Yeah, Disco's a wild game. Frustrating. So our best answer to that is Toxic Deluge. Yeah, they know about the treasure cruise, so they know to just Fire off, I guess. Going poorly for me. Hey. God damn it. I was just about to grief him and then, like, could Void Walker, whatever the best hit was. No real reason to expose Tar Pit to Wasteland, even though it'd be nice to have more blue mana here. Pretty close to dead. Don't love it. Okie dokie. I think the Pendant Prism's gonna fix for Time Warp here, and that's just gonna be lethal. I've not seen the Omen Path, sorry. I haven't seen much of the Spider-Man art either. I haven't really seen the cards. Oh shit, I get a turn. That's exciting and a half. Pains me to do this, but I think I'm gonna have to pitch this Archon. They're just casting a Brazen Borrower. Guess I might as well lead on the Riddler, huh? Know that they still have a mana. They have a sneaky mana under the Prism. I was hoping for a Toxic Deluge. Play that for like 4 here. Could Frantic Search and get 2 more cards deeper. Another line is to animate Dead. Frantic plus Shellduck Owl. Yeah, they got a Wasteland though. We don't have the blue mana this turn. I think Frantic looking for Toxic might be my best chance to win. I think that does it. I think that works. No Tithe one time. We saw their hand. We saw their hand with the grief. That's how we got this Quantum Riddler. Oh, I boarded out Toxic Deluge. Fair enough. I guess I'm putting Crab to hand. I boarded it out for this Crab, too. Man, I'll path back in. And I think I just have nothing. Oh, well. Yeah, you Toxic for 4 there. You go down to 1, which isn't pleasant, but, you know, you nuke the whole graveyard, the whole board, right? And get rid of this Raccoon. I think they literally just have lethal if they want it. Not even counting, like, Time Walk stuff. Wild Game, yeah. Toxic would have prevented them from having double blue for the time warp. Looks like they got there. Well, don't I feel foolish? Fucking crab. Not being a toxic deluge. How dare you? It's an exciting opener. Hell yeah, Victorian. We've actually listened to a lot of animals as leaders tonight. Been something of a jam. Fuck. I was so excited. Got him to tap out for the Entomb. Now we get to resolve our flash. Now we don't get to resolve our flash. Would have been really nice. Kill the Tameo, make them discard a card. Now they're gonna have some time just cracking clues and such. Ooh, hello. Maybe that'll end up being good. Oops, no. Hey. Now that's how you answer a Tameo, I tell you what. It's a little aggressive, but I'm going to grief here. Just like use Demonic Tutor as like a 2-mana duress. Basically just like making sure their hand doesn't have like a Metamorph for the Archon, right? God damn it. I literally griefed them to prevent this. That's unreal. All right. So for now they're tapped out, so we could activate Shelldock. It's very tempting to Brain Surge, because that could put an Atrax on the top for the Atali to hit. We'd have to hit an untapped land, though. There's not that many untapped islands. I'm going to try. I'm going to jam this. This is much more satisfying for me. Nice. Okay. Oh, no, this doesn't work. This doesn't fucking work because of Sunken Prince being what it is. I got a little excited for a second over nothing. Okay, so we'll put Atrax. Yeah, I was so very briefly excited when I saw the Sunken Ruins. Nope. I'm probably going to end up regretting that. Not just firing that off while they were tapped out. We'll see. Yeah, Lilagoyf. What's your point? Yeah, we should have just done this last turn when they were tapped out, Well, fuck me, I guess. Fair enough, Goy. Fair enough. Gross. Yeah, getting really punished for that fucking brain surge, Alright, now this is not a Toxic Deluge matchup. Get in here, Crab. Kind of play Bronco. Yeah, Ixo the Terrible, in my stream description, in all caps, I'm very aware that there's a Discord impersonator. I've messaged Discord a whole bunch. They're like really rancid about dealing with impersonators. I don't know what else I can do. But yeah, I have in big bold letters there. I will never message you on Discord. I don't know why someone has chosen me specifically to impersonate, but it's pretty asinine. Yeah, sorry, we're thinking of ways to sell your information. I got fuck Discord. Yeah. Let's get griefing, hum. Yeah, let's grab this Oko. Well, no, they can play Oko if they want. Let's take the LED. And then I think this one's going to take Cryptic Command. Note that if we want to Baleful Mastery the Oko, we do have to play around Daze, which means either letting them have a turn with the Oko or giving them a card. And they can Daze this one if they want. Well, shit. I got a bunch of comes into play tapped lands like Creeping Tar Pit and stuff. That's why I didn't play my land first. And obviously you want to Brain Surge before you attack because you might get to set up the reveal. And wouldn't that be juicy? Treasure Cruise. Well, that's probably what I would have revealed anyway. Yeah, I actually have a Snorse emote in the works. I think it's going to be pretty good. Yeah, right, Incident's Eyes. We're jamming some Reanimator stuff here, so there's some pretty big top-end cards. Will they just rebuy? LED, sure. Very tempting to go for the win here. Just gotta reveal a 6. There's like 2 in there. It'd be like a 1 in 12 chance of just winning on the spot. I gotta clear Tamiyo though. I don't want to leave them with a Tamiyo. We'll see if I end up regretting that, I'll land. Yeah, you got it. Opponent favored from this spot with the Hull Breacher and the draw 7 and all that. But we have like we've got more of a board presence than we did last time. Oh yeah, there's a Traxa underneath the shell dock. Could do a little something. Stock up, sure. They can't Thassa's Oracle win us easy. They have the Jace in their deck too, J-Dub. I think Jace Brain Freeze would actually win here. Put the Jace on the stack. Brain Freeze. No, I wouldn't quite. You even are. Who do you think that you are? Haven't heard this song in a billion years. Oh, they're gonna Brain Freeze in response to the Oracle here. Sure. That looks pretty good, right? 6 times 3. Too bad we didn't have Archon under here, huh? Let's deny them some. I guess they would just set Hull Breacher and be fine. You even are. Who do you think that you are? This your scene. Well, no force of will here. I'm gonna let the Oracle trigger win. That was a well-played win. Might as well let the trigger resolve, huh? Oh, it looks like killing an Oracle wouldn't have even done it. Jeez. You know why we 1-2'd with that? Because I very confidently, after finished drafting, very confidently said, okay, chat, are we going to 2-1 or 3-0? And after that moment, there was no chance. No chance whatsoever. The self-jinxiest ever. That's a bummer, Kai Storm.